Alright, hello YouTube. Since TikTok is taken down and I don't use any other social media apps, we are going to talk about my book. I'm going to hope that I can reach people differently than I've been trying to before. So, if you like action, fantasy, romance, mystery type books, even philosophy, stuff like that, uh, please check out this book, my book, The Everwound, Shadows of Agasoth by Tyler Smith. It is about Ikaija, who is a monk, an elf monk, and Daristan, which is a like tiefling, but they're called Inferni, and she's a druid. So this side is daytime, this side is nighttime because they start separate. In this book, they are two separate people living their lives, and it's not until the very end that they meet. The reason for that is because I am writing currently the next series in sequels in the work. I'm hoping that I can start making videos on YouTube and try to reach an audience there because I can't reach an audience on TikTok anymore. And I have audiobooks of me reading parts of this, and I have a little teaser for book number 2. But I will apologize right now that it uses AI art, and that's because a lot of people need something on the screen to look at, and I can't right now. I cannot afford to pay for an artist to animate a little slideshow or anything. I can't afford to even barely be alive right now. So I'm using AI art just to temporarily get my content out there. The same thing with my website. My website has some AI art. It will all be replaced. I promise you. Right now, it is just temporary. It is just something to look at so you can pay attention. Although YouTube is different than TikTok, so I'm hoping people have a longer attention span and I won't have to worry about that. Maybe I can completely cut it out altogether. I'm pretty sure my website will be going down soon, anyways, because I don't have the money to keep it up, and mostly because I don't see the reason to keep it up. I don't have the fans, the flow basically, to warrant having a website. I would love to. I still have the domain name, but the website is probably going to go down. So this is the only way that I can reach fans, and this is how I'm going to probably um, make content from here on out. So please, 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 I hate begging, but I'm starting to lose hope that I can even do this. It started out as one book, 182,000 words, and that's when I realized I'm not going to get this done in one book. And so I split it up into 2 books, and then I've been continuing to write, and once again, I'm at 210,000 words. I can actually check the exact, not that it matters. 212,000 words, but I'm hoping I'm going to cut that down a little bit as I'm editing. So the first draft is done. I do need to edit it. This one, I only edited it once. I had got such a headache. I hate editing. And I just wanted to get it out there. I wanted people to see it, to know that I'm a reader, to know that I'm, passionate. I put my heart and soul into this. I did. I really did. Is it perfect? No. But is it good? Is there a good story there? Is there, a plot? Absolutely. Absolutely. I I'm gonna get about 10 books done eventually. Number two is done. And it took me a year to write this book. It took me a year to write that book. I'm a little behind, but that's because I am slowly struggling to survive and live. Um, second book is done. The first draft is done. The third book I have started is already at 80,000 words. I love writing. If I didn't have to edit at all, I would already be on my third book, but I have to keep coming back. So the 80,000 words that I've already started on my third book, don't get me started. So this video is just basically introducing that I'm probably going to be making more videos. Whether they're popular or not, I don't know. Probably not going to be very popular. I'm not going to edit it at all. It's just going to be completely raw. Me rambling, talking about my books. If you guys have any questions, post them in the comments and I will make a video or just reply straight to the comments. I love talking about my book. I could talk about it all day, every day. I could explain so much. Hopefully no spoilers, but if you love Dungeons and Dragons, you will love this book, because that is exactly what this is. These are very fragile. This is Ikaija, this is Darstan. And I had Rivers, but I gave him to my player. And this is Zezu. I have some other ones, but this is essentially a Dungeons and Dragons campaign. And this book is level 1 through 5 for most people. Ikaija is different. He comes from another campaign, so he's already a little higher level. So he's not written like he's overpowered because he's the main character or because he's me or whatever. He is just from a different campaign called The Cage of Faith. So if you get this book and you read it and you get all the way to the end and it talks about future works, I know it's mirrored, but whatever. The future work says The Everwound, Shadows of Agasoth, this book, done. The Everwound, The Eyes of Nargoth, that is done, technically. First draft is done. The third book, there will be a trilogy for this series. That book is, again, 80,000 words. That one still needs some time. The outline is there. I know exactly what will happen. I just kind of need to sprinkle in some other details and strengthen some of the side characters, because in the second book, that's where the romance kind of flourishes between these two characters. And so the third book is kind of where I'll focus on any of the side characters and give them the spotlight, make you care about them, because right now you really don't. Pretty sure. But that's okay, because these are the main characters. This is the reason behind this series. It's not going to be a love story, I'm going to tell you that right now. Or not a typical love story. There will be romance, but it's not going to end the way you think it will. So, yes. I think that's enough for one video. I don't think I should be rambling too much. Please give it a try. Give it a shot. It's got magic. It's got dragons. It's got, spells, which is magic. But it's got a whole entire world that I have built. And I have put my heart and my soul into this book. And into the next book. And into all of this. And so I would really appreciate and I would love that this book becomes my dream, where I can live and write nonstop. Because that's, if I got paid, if I got $5 million today, I would write my series for the rest of my life. I want you guys to have this. I want everybody in the world to have this and read this and know what I have to share. There will be philosophical things in this book, so if you like philosophy, this is it'll be great. There's the entire cosmology of the gods and the cosmos and everything, and kind of understanding your place in it, because the characters are going to go through that, but it's also going to be for you as a reader, and understanding what's your place in this universe. It won't be forced. So if you're reading through it and you're like, I don't want this, that's fine. It's the same thing with the combat, the same thing with the romance. It's kind of has a lot of everything. It's a very, very broad thing, but it's all still fantasy and covered in that category, I guess. So, Shadows of Agasoth. It's the Everwound, not the Everwound. And I can make a video about that soon as well, about the title, because the title is very, very important. But it's a title of the series. Well, mostly because it's more than one book. It was supposed to be one book, The Everwound. And then my editors were like, "You wrote this is too big. You need to split this up." So I split it into 2 books, and then I'm like, "This one's done. Let's publish this one." And they're like, "This is still too big," and I'm like, "Fine, we'll make it 3 books." So yeah, I don't know what to name books. Shadows of Agasoth. I don't know. Obviously, Agasoth is not really the main villain of this one. He is definitely a villain, but there is no real theme. There is no overarching theme of this book. There are 2 people living separate lives, and then they meet. Ikaija is the philosopher. He's just kind of going through life, wondering what's the meaning. He's running from responsibility. He's in denial. He wants to be free. And that's why he's a sailor. He knows how to sail. He's got his own boat, and he just wants to be free, out in the ocean, just not tied down to anything. Daristan, on the other hand, she wants to be in love. She's lonely, and she wants. What's the meaning of love? What does love feel like? What does love look like? She's younger. And it's not supposed to be this creepy old guy. He's 5,000 years old and she's 18. No. She's mid-20s, mid-whatever. She's also Inferni, so that kind of ages similarly to humans. While Ikaija is an elf. He's only 120. But for elf years, that's like a 25-year-old. They look the same. It's not going after somebody who's freshly 18. I want that to be very clear, because I can't tell you how many fantasy books I've read where it's a 18-year-old and they meet this 1,000-year-old Fey Lord. I mean, if that's your thing, that's your thing. But yeah, they are. Doesn't matter. Give it a shot. I can read more about it, but this is just an introductory video. It's already way too long. I'm just hoping that some people can find this before I make my next videos, and then it'll kind of add on from there. It's also very late. I was just reading or editing my book, and I'm starting to lose hope that I can make this work. So I'm gonna try something different and try to reach an audience on YouTube, I guess. Hopefully. But thank you for taking the time to watch the video. I don't think I'm gonna monetize them or in any way. I just want my book. I want people to talk about my book. I want people to share it. If you don't read, but you know somebody who does, that's enough. That's enough. Any help, anything helps, really. But like I said, I put my heart and soul into this, so it kind of feels like an insult if I get it all out and then nobody knows that it even exists, because I'm not doing my part by advertising. I hate advertising, though. I can't afford advertisement. I can't afford to pay somebody else to do it. So here I am, just humble and hoping that I can find the intended audience whose readers, and like I said, I'm not going to edit my videos. I waste so much of my time already, and most of it is going into my book and editing, so I just don't have time. I'm running out of energy to keep this up. So again, I'm sorry for the AI generated images for my audiobook reading. I do not plan on being that way forever. If we like animate my book or even just do an audiobook or something, I don't like it at all. I'm right there with you. I promise you. Just broke, unfortunately. So, take care. I don't know how to sign off the video, so you just be safe. I love you all of you. Anybody. Take the time to watch my videos. I appreciate you. You take the time to read my book, then I appreciate you. If you understand what's going on in my book, and I feel bad for you, but I appreciate you. Have a good night.